All right, welcome to our first training sesh. This is a series we want to start where I, with my 2 years of business experience, try to transfer all of my knowledge to David, who is my business partner. We are currently creating and building an agency that helps businesses and personal brands to get leads with short form content like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts and through funnels. So yeah, today I have not really prepared a topic because this is not like a workshop or something like that. It is more like of a creative sesh where we create our SOPs, so our standard operation procedures and like all the systems we will use in our business. So maybe you can get the one or another nugget, a good one. And it will be more like not that strict. So if David has questions, then I will answer them, but it will just be like me, yeah, talking a little bit. Do you want to say anything, David?
No,
No,
let's
all
start.
right. Let's start. I will just share my screen 1 second. I hope it
Share your
works now
screen.
because I have downloaded the app. Okay, it works, right? You see everything? You see my Notion page?
Yes. Give me a
Perfect.
second.
All right. So first, I just want to give you a little preview of what I was working on, um, so we can catch up from the status right now, and then I will dive into hooks and scripting in general, like the structure, hook, retain, reward that we are using. Um, just to show you a little bit what I was working on the first 2 hours of the day in a creative sesh. Instead of being creative and writing, I was actually structuring all the content. So if you go into the Ultimate Content System now, here's the navigation I created. So it's a little bit more simplified than the version we had before. And we have our content plan here. This is the same one like before, but I added a new page which are the formats. And here are all the formats. This is like so nice. I actually it actually took me a lot of time. So here are all the content formats we spoke about from the CYP playbook, if you can
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I
And I
remember.
actually found a few nice names how to call them. So I really went so into depth. I will not go into detail now. Just know that it is there, and we will talk about it maybe in the upcoming days. And for you guys watching, subscribe if you maybe want to have this content system as a lead magnet, because we we took a lot of time to actually create this, and there's a lot of thought that went into this. So even we give it away for free or we sell it for like really, really little, um, so not much money. If you would like a system like that, it's a Notion system. You can use Notion for free. If you don't know Notion, then subscribe. All right, let's dive into the training sesh of today. Training, hook, retain, reward. So there's a few things that I thought about. Like generally, we already spoke about which structure we are taking, and we are taking the one from Alex Hormozy, which is um, hook, retain, reward. And I think the structure is pretty nice and easy to memorize. and the reward could also be like a call to action or could include a call to action. And the first thing, like when writing content, is that you actually think about what of each part do you need to actually create a good piece of content. So I really want to get to the reasons of why or what this text should actually convey, or what emotion to create in the person watching, in the viewer. So, and also like how it should be structured. So this is more like a how-to tutorial or a strategy tutorial, not that much like on the content side. Right, so the first things I wrote down are indicate what is coming, because actually you already know, David, the first 5 seconds or so, depends on which content type, like long form or short form content, is actually the most important part. Because if they are in the swiping, in the doom scrolling, and then you catch their attention with a visual or I can even write that down. Maybe like hook types. So there can be a text hook, or there can be a visual hook. And it should actually indicate what is coming. So, but at the same time be punchy. So if you're using a visual hook, it's probably easier, like jumping in into the screen, or I don't know, something you know, like a film or a movie, or there's like one guy going viral right now on Instagram. I don't know if you have seen him, who uses like sometimes accidents, sometimes really emotional situations, like someone proposing to another person, to the loved one, and then he comes around and something happens to him, and this introduces him. So the hook is actually like, for example, a man proposing to a woman, and then the woman says no, and then he's actually the man, for example, and he stands up and starts talking. Or another one is like, he is he's at the one side of his house, and his girlfriend is on a ladder, and then she's painting, and then the ladder starts shaking and she's falling off, and then he catches her, and then the video starts and the content starts. So this
Different
really,
scenes, like
yeah, different
different places.
scenes. Yeah,
I
exactly.
heard
So
that
it, yeah.
has a specific name. I don't remember. I heard it like a few days ago. It's like something interruption.
Interruption hook. Yeah, I don't know.
Ja,
I don't know
irgendwas,
how
also
it's
ich sag's
called,
kurz
but
sag's jetzt kurz auf Deutsch, irgendwie was mit Werbung, Interruption heißt das. Wenn du so zwar,
mhm.
wenn du irgendein Viral Video hast und dann auf einmal so einen Szenenwechsel hast, so ein Transition oder sowas, also wie es dann halt weitergeht. Wie der Typ mit den Schildern. Kennst du den Typ mit den Schildern, diesen
Mm,
Asiaten?
mm. I
So,
think
das
his
ist
name
das.
is Tony. He's talking
Ja,
about like
ja,
when,
Tony, ja, Tony.
yeah,
Das
Tony,
ist so
Tony
crazy.
with the
With the
what's it
neon
called, with the
signs.
signs, with the neon signs, yeah. And
Yeah.
David just told like there's a specific name for advertisement when you interrupt it. So there's something happening, and then like a video snippet, like Tony always does it, and then he's starting the content, or he says something about the content before, and then he says never mind, and goes into his
Mhm.
script. Um,
Ja.
I don't know, maybe I will maybe even um can maybe even start a category. I don't know how to call it, but let's call it examples. And we can maybe take it's actually also a visual hook because it's a content before. Or maybe we can even go into depth just here. First one. Then so I'm always structuring it as well as possible, so we have it easier afterwards. Visual hook. So interruption, Tony, science, emotional situation, accident. So do you also know the pancake lady?
Yeah. I
She
think you
al
showed me.
she also yeah, she also does it really well.
Mm.
All right, so just to be on track, because in 10 minutes you have to go, right?
Yes.
All right. So for me, the most important part is indicate what is coming, but it should at the same time be punchy or something like interrupting. I think interrupting is like really the right word, because it should interrupt the doom scrolling of the user. And the other thing is it should create an open curiosity loop. And this is the point what I find really interesting, because we already have here in our script, we already defined a few things, and I showed them to you in our template. So for the retain, we have lists, steps, and stories. But when you remember, I also told you there are like the magical, I don't know how 10 magical ways. Yeah, exactly. The one from, what's his name actually again? I think he's called Nicholas. It's from this video. So one of the learning methods I use is like watching content, and then actually, yeah, with Cole. I think his name is Nicholas Cole. His social should be there. Yes, Nicholas Cole, this guy here. So he's actually really good in writing. And I always try to watch videos, then make something like a summary of that video with all the learnings, and then I try to apply it to my SOPs like we are doing now. So often I just I know where the notes are or the summaries are in my Notion system, and then I would just go in and paste them in here. So we have those few things for the retain part. So there are different options how you can actually give the value to the person watching, so and fulfill on the topic you indicated in the hook. So this is the most important parts. And if you go with this, you have the topic, the idea in the ideation phase, and then you create the hook. Also, most important is create at least three different hooks you can test in trial reels. So this is really important. And then we will also do it, David, in the future, that we test with trial reels with the Instagram feature, and then we will make YouTube shorts with the winning one, or even make ads with the winning reel, or give it to TikTok, because I think the other ones don't have actually that that feature, and it's really nice for A/B testing. So then, yeah, we have the idea, we have the topic, then we use one of these like lists, steps, stories. I think these are really the most important ones, but here are also like inspiration for other ways. And if we have stories, then we are using a storytelling framework, like the hero's journey. You remember what I mean with hero's journey?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Like, I don't know his name again. Heroes. I'm referring to. Is his name Donald Miller? I'm not sure. Wait, let me check. I want to also give props to the people that actually. Donald Miller, stories. Story brand. Yes, so this is him. And he created this story brand script framework, and really read through this. I got the book and it's really, really nice. He also has a software, but I haven't tried it that much yet. But this hero's journey is really good. And we also have the one like with the, we have a different views, but I don't know them right now, and I wanna just finish this with the reward before we close it off. So steps are more like tips in general, and then we have lists with how to, and really in chronological order. Action steps, or you could even take SOPs in there. And then for the reward, we actually want to hit them with one major learning value sentence, but also like give them a call to action, like a clear step, like following, subscribing, DMing, if you wanna like make appointments with that content type. So I think those are the most important parts. Did I miss anything? Do you have anything?
Not now. Bruder, ich
The
kann
thing
jetzt doch
is
nicht
like,
anders denken, Alter.
all right. Yeah, the
Ich
most
kann nur an die
important
3 Minuten
thing.
denken.
All right, okay. Yeah, then you can already leave if you want. I would just close it off because one important part is in the hook or in the first. We'll just write like this: first line should be major value. So that people, if they stay, they instantly get rewarded, so they will watch further. So there should be 2 value spikes. The first one instantly after the hook or inside of the hook, and the last one at the end. All right, I think this was it. Maybe you can take a screenshot, or I don't know, just write it out. If you want, like that I share the documents.
Bro, ich bin jetzt dahin, Mann. 2 Minuten,
Yeah,
Alter.
sure, go. If you want me to share the documents, then you can just write me a comment or something like that, and see you in the next training. Bye bye.